Mayong Adlaw, ¿Cómo está? Ben from Ben and Cebu, coming to you from Valbao, Cordoba. So this here I'm going to be talking to you a little bit today about how to not be a sucker and a fool and a statistic when you come to the Philippines, and how you need, and to remind you how you need to keep your wits about you, because dudes that come here, they go cross-eyed and googly-eyed with all the attention they get from the people, and especially the attention they receive from the opposite sex. What a lot of people do is, before they come here, they start chatting with somebody online, and a lot of those relationships turn out to be bogus and nightmarish, and can end up ruining, their life and their perception of a country that really has way more positives than negatives. You'll always hear me say, come to the Philippines and have, change your life, and how I encourage you to come here because the Philippines is miraculous and can alleviate you from so many things, and all of that is true. But on the same token, I guess I'm speaking to you from a perspective of somebody who's experienced and has experienced all the bad stuff, and in turn, figured out how to navigate through it. So when you come here, it's not a cakewalk, and it's not something that you're just gonna. For a lot of people, it's not gonna be so cookie cutter. It's not gonna be so simple, and. I had a friend that came here and lost over $20,000. This was recently on a girl. And trust me, he came here with a limited amount of savings, and he was very, very adamant that he needed to be careful with his money. And in the end, he ended up losing way more money in a month, less than a month. It's pretty simple, but how to avoid those things. But the problem is, when dudes come here, they just lose all sense of, common sense and logic and intelligence, seemingly, and they are thinking with one head and not the big head, and everything falls apart. Most of the success stories that you hear are decades old, and you'll hear, and people may even come on here and comment about how they've been with the Filipina for 15 plus years, and they got all these kids and everything's great, right? And all those things are true, but times have changed. All right, you've got the internet that has totally broke the barriers down and opened up the world to everybody here, and now they have stars in their eyes, and it's can be treacherous, choppy waters here, you guys, if you're not smart and careful. I posted that video of that of Laika, who I interviewed her, and she was warning you guys, to be careful when you come here, and to keep your finances to yourselves. And hi there. Ooh. Nowadays, things are a lot different. In the old days, especially pre-internet, girls here were very much appreciative of their significant others, because they were taken out of it. Now it's almost obligatory. They want the bling and the blang and the fancy and the quick and the awesome, and you need to be aware that is what you are coming into. You're not coming into old school Philippines where these opinions still, exist, because they do. Everybody thinks that Filipina is going to be the perfect homemaker, and she's going to wait on you hand and foot, and all this crap you hear. And some people, have that scenario in their relationship, and other people have a more Western kind of relationship with their Filipinas. But number one, what you need to do is, when you get here, you need to not be a sucker and start throwing your money around and talking about how much money you make, and just buying, and opening up your wallet like you're a walking ATM. Because once you do that, not only do you lose all respect for people here, you make yourself a huge target. A lot of these Filipinas are vultures, and a lot of them will do whatever they can to bilk you for. I mean, they'll lie about having kids. They'll lie about having a husband, and the reason what spurred me on to do this video is a friend of mine was coming here and he's like, "Can you hook me up with a Filipina?" And I'm like, "Well, maybe, but me knowing how things are here, I knew it was probably going to be difficult." And I started talking to this woman that worked in a pizza place, and attractive and everything. I thought it'd be a good match for my friend. But going through everything, she ended up giving me her Facebook, and I searched her and found she had 5 Facebooks, and she ended up having 5 kids. And she had told me that she was single and had none. And this is, and not married or anything. She told me she was a widow, and this big long stuff that all turned out to be untrue, and all in the hopes that she could, get something out of it. Because you guys don't understand what life is really like here. We will never really ever fully grasp what struggle is like. Okay, we didn't grow up in it. We didn't eat, have 1 cup of rice and maybe if you're lucky, a banana to go, and that's your food for the whole day. And what are you going to do for the next day, and on and on and on. And this is a reality for these people here. And after time, after living a life like that, it creates a significant need and a want to grasp onto something that is going to pull them out of it. And they're going to do whatever it takes for them to get out of it. So, you can be a sucker, and you can, jump right into something head first, not do your due diligence, and not be smart about it. If you were in the States, would you start throwing money at somebody you first met? No, you would date them, you would get to know them, and you would, maybe buy a flower or something like that, or something, do those kind of gestures, but you wouldn't just dive head first and start like rescuing their family and doing all this crap when you don't even know them. That is a recipe for disaster in the end, and you need to be aware of that. You need to realize that this is not the old days. This is modern Philippines that has changed, and it's not the days when the dudes in Subic met a bar girl and they ended up marrying her and took her back to the States and everything worked out hunky-dory. Those kind of stories are few and far between nowadays. So what you need to realize is you need to be more, and I hate to say this, but you need to be more like an alpha. And you need to stand firm and not be, these beta types that come here and think that the dynamics of relationships in the West are applicable here in the East, because they're not. When you come here, you need to realize that this is kind of a deal. Like, if you're 60, something like that, and you're hanging out or dating or engaged to or married to somebody in their 20s, for example, and she's filling your head up with, oh, I love yous and age doesn't matter and all of that, and all that diatribe, which is just, crap. It's not even true. I mean, if you're talking statistically on a whole or percentage basis, it's not true at all, man. You are attractive and you are appealing because you have money. And you're not attractive and appealing because age doesn't matter and you have blue eyes or light skin or anything. No, your skin's sagging, bro. Your skin is dripping, and you have wrinkles around your eyes, and you're old. And this person is going with you because you are making her life better. And trust me, the moment that you are not making her life better is the moment you will become the biggest target, and they will shoot at that. And a lot of times too, your significant other may want to be kind and may want to do these things, but she's got 100 cousins and 50 nieces and nephews and 6 or 7 brothers and sisters that are telling her, do this, do that. You need to help your family out. You need to do this, and they're going to be in her ear, begging, trying to borrow, and trying to get her to do things that she may not even want to do. But their loyalty is going to lie with their family, and it's not going to lie with you. So you need to realize that you have entered into kind of a deal. You're kind of made a deal, a trade-off. I'm 60, you're 25, you're hot, you're cute, and you be with me because I'm going to provide for you, and you set the guidelines. You got to set the guidelines. It means you have to have a backbone, you have to be strong, and you have to adhere to your guidelines. Don't throw thousands and thousands of pesos at somebody that you don't know very well. Don't buy a motorcycle for someone that you don't even know. Don't. I'm not saying that you might meet somebody that actually is being real and true with those kind of dynamics that I described, because out of the 100 relationships that fit those parameters, there's going to be some percentage that are actually legit. But do you want to roll the dice? Do you want to roll the dice with your finances, your bank account, and your emotions? That's what dudes do. They come here and they just roll the dice, and they go, oh, she's telling me that she loves me, and that age doesn't matter, and that my man boobs and my wrinkles and my sag and all that doesn't matter to her. So she must be I must have really found a gem. Don't let that influence you, and pull your barriers down, because when you get here, you gotta have big barriers up. I mean, you are a target. You are a definite target, and there's a bullseye on your forehead right here going, is he a sucker? How can I shoot the center of the bullseye, and what can I get from him? And there are going to be a lot of chicks like that. If you're going to places where girls are compromising their morals and their beliefs to have fun, and that's your pool that you're choosing from, you are gambling. And most of those types of people are going to be trying to capitalize on a guy that they might meet at a club or in a bar or something of that nature. So how do you avoid it? Simple. Don't be a sucker. Don't be a simp. And keep your wits about you. Put up barriers and set the boundaries. You need to set the boundaries as to what you expect from them, and you need to not delineate from it. You need to adhere to your rules, and you need to have rules. Believe me, you need to voice your expectations, and when your expectations aren't met, you need to confront, discuss, and identify that issue. And if she's not adapting or evolving to your needs and preferences and wants, it's time for you to jump ship and get out of Dodge. Simple as that. Before you become a victim,
and lose 20K like my buddy, and have your life ruined and your emotions and your and get trust issues and everything else, because some of these Filipinas are vultures, and some of them in the old days, in the old days, in like 2010 or whatever, we used to call them dragon ladies. Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you, bro?
I'm fine.
Good, good, good. And so, don't get burned by a dragon lady when you come to the Philippines, because it is a definite thing here. So, guys, I appreciate everything, and you got to listen to me, and you need to know that not everything is peaches and cream, not honey and oats. So be wise, be safe, adhere to your needs and your beliefs, and don't delineate, and don't compromise. Don't compromise, because you guys, there are millions of wonderful, millions and millions of wonderful women here that you can couple up with and have a good life, but you need to toe the line, and you need to be careful. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a blessed day.